The Cholas, an extraordinary empire. One of the greatest or longest ruling dynasties the world has ever seen, the Chola Empire was truly legendary. Let us explore further via this video. Span. While details on early Cholas are hazy, the earliest references to the Cholas goes all the way back to 300 BC. The Cholas continued to rule till the latter half of the 13th century, marking a rule of over 1500 years. Golden period. The Cholas were around centuries prior to becoming dominant pan-India. Traditionally, based around the Kaveri River Valley, they governed a significantly larger area at the height of their power from the late 9th Sun to the early 13th Sun CE. During their zenith between the 10th-12th centuries, Cholas exponentially expanded their influence. Under the great Rajaraja Chola I or his illustrious son Rajendra Chola, the empire became a dominant military, economic and cultural power across Asia. Empire. The Chola sphere of influence extended from the islands of Maldives in south all the way to Godavari Valley. Rajaraja Chola annexed major parts of Sri Lanka and Maldives, while his son reached annexed parts of north that touched River Ganga. Rajendra Chola extended the Chola Empire towards the north through Kalinga to Bengal. He was consequently called Gangaikonda, the one who conquered Ganga. Contrary to land-only empire, the Chola Empire is unique in that it was also a strong naval empire. Army. The Chola army comprised of infantry, cavalry or elephants. It became organized or powerful under Rajaraja Chola. At it SP accounts put the strength at 1.8 mil soldiers, 80,000 cavalry, 60,000 war elephants, making it one of the most powerful armies in the world. Navy. The Cholas commanded a highly effective naval fleet. Rajaraja Chola emphasized on the need of strong navy or was one of the earliest exponents of naval warfare. At its peak, Chola fleet consisted of a fleet of over 1,000 ships, likely the largest in the world. Chola temples. Between the 10th-12th Sun CA, the Cholas built over 300 stone temples, including great living Chola temples. Brihadeshwara Temple, Thanjavur, as the pinnacle of Chola architecture or as one of the greatest structures ever created in world history. Administration. The Cholas had a well-defined administration system, with the emperor acting as the pivot. Central administration was run through officers called Peruntarams. The kingdom was divided into provinces which were under the charge of viceroys. The provinces were subdivided into divisions, Kottams or Vetlanadu, and further divisions continued up to the village level. Apart from these, there were vassal states which accepted the suzerainty of the Cholas through tributes and provided military help at the time of need. Revenue or tax systems. The kingdom derived its income majorly through land revenue based on surveys and audits. Lands were classified into taxable and non-taxable. Around 1/6 of the land produce was collected as tax either through coins or through kind. Additional sources of income included customs, tolls and taxes on mine, port, forest or salt. Professional and property taxes were also levied. The major expenses were on royal household, army or construction of temples, roads, irrigation channels and public utility works. Infrastructure. Cholas were masters at water harvesting and undertook massive irrigation projects. Dams were built as early as 2nd century CA. At the time of Karikala Chola, Rajendra Chola even dug up an artificial lake which immensely helped poor peasants. The Cholas also developed grand trunk roads which served as the backbone for commerce and facilitated rapid mobilization of the army during military activities. Cholas set up entire cities and adorned them with beautiful temples and magnificent palaces. Religious beliefs. The Cholas were ardent devotees of Bhagwan Shiv but tolerant of other faiths as well. Rajaraja Chola was a Shaivite but built several temples in reverence to Bhagwan Vishnu. Buddhist and Jain monuments were also provided. Endowments. Education. The Cholas patronized education and established great centers of learning to support Sanskrit education. Vedas, mathematics, medicine, grammar, religion or philosophy were amongst several subjects taught in the colleges established by the Chola Empire. Decline. Unfortunately, the Cholas rulers in 12th century and later were not a patch on their predecessors and rapidly lost control over the empire. The decline in Chola Empire coincided with the resurgence of the Pandyas. Internal turmoils further aggravated the situation. Towards the end of Rajendra III's reign, the once impregnable Thanjavur stronghold was eventually overrun. The Cholas were eventually overshadowed by the Pandyas, thus bringing an end to what was arguably one of the greatest and longest running dynasties in world history. To call our history books biased is an understatement. The illustrious Cholas have never got their due in our history books. They created or developed infrastructure, system of governance and left behind an unparalleled heritage. It is time we recognize their greatness.